Hey everybody, and welcome back to Emerald Coast. We are moved into late spring, day 10, and we have already mowed and taken the grass up in field 27, which is the field way up ahead of us, up there on the other side of that that little treat area behind the sawmill. And took it over to the compost master, and now we're working on our big field. We named it 25, I believe. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to mow this field and pick it up with our forage wagon and the pickup header, and take it up to the compost master and put it in storage, at least until the compost master is full. I suspect this field will more than fill the grass storage that is up there, and as a result, we will probably end up putting the rest of this into our fermentation silos over at the cow farm. So we're just mowing like this, atypical for a pull behind haybine like this. We're just pulling directly behind us to open up the field because we've got a fence on the front of the field by the road, and then we've got this fence here on the side. Once we get one pass, we'll shift the mower off to our right and keep working it from that point, and then our tractor will drive where we've already mowed. See up there, we have already staged our forage harvester and our tractor with our new West trailer. We had to change the trailer out. The forage box, the Miller forage box, was just not cutting it with the New Holland forage harvester. It seemed that the forage harvester didn't want to shoot back into the forage box properly, so we were leaving a lot of material and not getting it back into the forage box. So we're going to switch over to this Miller trailer, or West trailer I should say. Now of course this trailer is not an American trailer, but it's the best thing we could do. Didn't really have too many options in the form of American equipment to work with, so just make do with what we got, and we'll just pretend that we are working with a trailer that we basically imported from the UK for just this purpose, for silage hauling, because the amount of silage work that they do in the UK, then clearly they must have some pretty good trailers for that purpose. Turn around to the front here. Careful not to get into our fence. The reason we are mowing in late spring, clearly we don't have full growth on our grass. We probably won't have full growth until early summer. But the reason we are mowing now is that, well, when early summer hits, I am really expecting a massive amount of harvesting to need to be done, because all of our fields, except for our sugarcane field, is currently in the last growth state. So I am really expecting that our wheat, barley, and canola will jump to a harvestable state early summer, and we only have the end of early summer to put corn in the ground. So I would really like to put corn in the ground this year, in addition to soybeans. So if you recall last year, all we did was put, well, on some fields we were able to turn them around and we put soybeans in, because our wheat didn't come due until midsummer. So I'm hoping that since we had our crop in the ground come winter time, or over winter, that we will have some crop that will be ready in early summer and allow us to basically flip that crop into a early summer harvest so that we can get that corn in the ground. Alright. Go ahead and swing this out, and we're going to go here. We've got 4 meter offset to the left, which is fine because we know that is pretty much what our mower needs. And there we go. Now, are in business. So with the offset, what we can do here is go to this tractor symbol. We get the offset. We zoom in here and look at our haybine. Okay? If we move this offset left or right, you see that red box that comes up? Basically, we want to shift that to where the red box, if you're directly over the haybine. Okay? Swing this around. Once he makes his turn, let's get down here. Okay. Basically in front of the haybine. Move this. We want that box basically be over the cutter head of the haybine, and that's how we basically have set this up. So the tractor is running on a 4 meter offset, and he will just continue to do round after round after round with the haybine. Let's run on over here, and we'll need to open up the gate, get our forage harvester in here. And the first round we're going to make with our forage harvester, we're going to use it connected to our trailer. I don't know if we're going to be able to make a full round before we are full or not. Have to see. But we can't leave this gate open till make a few rounds with the mower, because the gate really interferes at this point with the trailer. Thankfully, this big forage harvester with these wide tires still only does still only does light compaction. We're in a good shape there. I've run into an interesting issue with that forage harvester. Let's get this thing, put it out here at the road again. Is that we've turned off traffic so that we don't have to worry about that. Is that when I get out, when I hit E to exit the forage harvester, somehow I get stuck and I can't there we go. Somehow I get stuck and I can't get off of the railing there. Alright. We're going to go ahead, and like I said, we're just going to make round after round after round with this. Once we get a little more opened up and everything, we will set the forage harvester off with a course play course. In fact, the same course that we're using to mow with, we will use the forage harvester with. But for now, we're just going to do it this way and see how far we can get. The fact that we're already at 20% is telling me that we are not going to get a full round with our forage harvester. So, better do this. That is... Put this thing on follow me behind the forage harvester. That way when this trailer fills up, we can just unhook, hook up this tractor, and use the tractor to take it over to the compost master. And the reason we want to do that is the forage harvester runs at a whopping 12 miles an hour. Full speed. So we really need something that goes a little bit faster than that, driving this trailer to and from compost master storage. Let's do it this way. Here in a little bit, I'll show you the seasons menu, and I'll show you the PDA as to where we are with things. I also got a. I also sold 2 pallets of wool for a total of $20,000. So our sheep are starting to pay off pretty royally because from mid-spring until late autumn, we don't have to feed those guys a darn thing. All we got to do is fill their water trough. So those guys are completely free, maintenance free, if you will, from mid-spring to late autumn. And over winter, they didn't really eat that much to begin with. So getting $20,000 out of them is it's very nice. And they're still producing wool. We should hopefully be able to get another 10 grand or so off of them before the end of spring, I hope. The total of 30,000, and we're reproducing our sheep. So I don't think we're going to buy any more sheep at this point. I think we'll just keep reproducing our sheep over the next 9 years and see how many sheep we end up with. Pigs we're going to probably do the same with and just let them reproduce. I think I mentioned in a previous video we were probably going to try to get them up to maybe 150 or so, or we would call it quits on the reproduction and then really start selling off the excess pigs as the time was good to sell those off, but maintaining a 150 level. But we do definitely want to increase our cow production, our cow herd. So we're waiting until the first day of midsummer, and hopefully we will be in a position where we will have enough money to pick up maybe 100 cows. That would be pretty cool. So that's one of the reasons why we are... Shut that gate, didn't I? Yeah, I must have shut that gate because the mower is already past the gate, right? Yeah, he should be past the gate at this point. Okay. So I want to get about another 100 cows to bring our total up to 120. Again, I'm thinking of maybe keeping those in reproduction till we kind of find our medium, our happy point with respect to the graze mod on those, because there is a point at which our grass and our pasture won't be able to support our cows anymore. I'm not putting any more grass in here. Just noticed that. Not putting any more grass in there. Alright. We'll fix that situation by There we go. There we are. Just follow me. And once we, maybe that's how we'll do it for this video. We'll just use follow me for the collection. Drive the forage harvester. View. Upper gate. We can leave our gate open at this point once we clear the area with our forage harvester. Trying to only use one gate. As I was saying, we want to get to a happy point with the graze mod and our cows, where we have just enough grass growing in the cow pasture to support our cows and to support their reproduction. And every, well, I don't know when the best time to sell cows are, we'll have to look. But every year, when it's when the time is right, we can then sell off our excess and get us back to that kind of happy point where we have just enough cows or just enough grass feed them during the spring and summer and autumn. Then we really only need to worry about feeding them over winter, early spring. As far as, but we don't feed our cows total mixed rations. We don't feed them hay. We don't have hay as grass in. I really don't believe in that mod. I don't believe it's needed and everything, because cows produce a heck of a lot of milk over winter. A lot more than summer and autumn. The only time they produce more milk than over winter is over spring. So having hay as grass means that you get even more milk for winter. But the milk you kind of get over winter now is really designed to kind of compensate for the lack of productivity. So even though they're less productive because they don't have grass in their trough, they're still pounding out the milk far more than they were in summer or autumn. So they're still more productive than they were in summer or autumn without the milk or without the grass. So I'm just fine them dropping down to like 80% productivity during winter and early spring, because they're still being productive. Yeah. Since we don't need to feed our sheep hay, and since we don't have that many cows, we still have all 180 hay bales, square bales that are in that one stack, and we've got a fair number of round hay bales in the other stack still to feed. So we don't need any of this grass for our first cut. So we're going to send it up here to the compost master and the compost facility so they can use it, and then we can get some money off of them, because we are never going to be too short on money, at least not for quite a while. Still need to grow our fleet of equipment, at our farms. We still, for example, need to get a corn planter to put the corn in the ground once we get our wheat and barley off the field. We still need to grow our cow herd, so we're going to need money for that. And at some point, we're probably going to upgrade some of our equipment to bigger mowers, bigger harvesters, multiple harvesters. So just need to keep upgrading. In order to keep upgrading, we basically need more money. All right. Clear the mower. Keep doing his thing. Shut this gate up. We go. So I've got follow me set to basically run 5 meters ahead of the forage harvester and 5 meters off to the side. And what I'm going to do now is basically tell this guy to offset the other way. There. So he now has basically shifted positions. We need to keep that gate closed. This gate will still be kind of in our way for a while. Now he has shifted positions this side. And the way I'm doing that from the forage harvester is I'm using shift and then W, A, S, and D. Whereas if you're in the item doing the following, you would do that with control. If I hold down shift, see I can tell Betty to speed up or go 10 meters ahead by pushing the up button or the W button. I can tell her to fall back by hitting S. I can tell her to shift a little bit closer to me by hitting D, or to shift a little bit further away by hitting A. So I can really control the follow me driver from here without too much hassle at all. And shift F will basically tell the follow me driver to stop. We are able to forage quicker than the mower is, but we have to stop pretty regularly to allow the emptying of the trailer. Even though we can quicker, in the end the mower's going to keep up. It's perfect. That. Working out outstanding. Now I had tried yesterday when I was working the other field I actually recorded this episode 3 times yesterday, up on that other grass field. And, well, the fact that I'm recording it a 4th time on this field kind of tells you that I really wasn't happy with the overall quality of things, how things played out up there. But initially, I was trying to use the miller box pulled behind the forage harvester. That didn't work. So can that idea. Start recording number 2 with this west trailer. And then I tried to basically set up courseplay to do all of it. And I was just going to go on for the ride. But the problem was the driver who was pulling the trailer never really stayed close enough to the forage harvester to have it constantly put grass into the trailer. There was a probably 40% loss of grass, you see, that didn't go in the trailer. So we kind of canned that idea. Restart. And the 3rd time, turn it. Let's see, it's stuck here. Oh. So the 3rd attempt, I basically recorded everything, had it all good, but the mower was running into problems. Just had to redo the mowing course, other problems, and I just decided, you know what? Instead of editing up and encoding that video where clearly we were having issues, thought I would get a stab at recording version number 4. Just leave those gates open at this point. So I think recording number 4 is going much smoother than any of the other 3 recordings go. Just going to keep this one. So when we get up here and dump our grass, I'll show you guys the PDA. I'll show you the growth rate. I'll show you what the seasons, what the geo says as far as harvesting our wheat, barley, and canola. And our planting schedule for corn and soybeans. They kind of lay out what the goal is for early summer and midsummer. And then we'll probably close out. We are coming up on our 30 minutes. And that'll leave me to basically do the rest of the giant field all by my own-some, as well as the field down there by field 2. That's the goal for the rest of early or late spring, which, by the way, we have today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. And look at all of that sunshine. So tomorrow is the only day in the next 7 where we have any rain at all. And look at those highs. 89 for the first day of winter or summer. 93, 89, 92, and then wowzer. First day of midsummer is 103. Definitely got some growth there. I bet you our sugarcane is going to be popping up. Won't be ready to harvest, but it should be definitely doing some growth with that heat. Then kind of the wild card with our wheat, barley, and canola is our poplar. That darn poplar is in its last growth stage. It's going to be ready to chip soon. So let's look at PDA here. Oops. So we have wheat in fields 2 and 9. We have barley in fields 10, 18, and 19. We have canola in field 12. We have wheat in field 2 also. See, all of these fields are in the last growth state. Field 3, which is poplar, is in its last growth state. And sugarcane sitting here in, I guess it's third growth state, but it's not going to be good to, it's not going to be ready to harvest for quite a while. And if you look here, we can harvest, first opportunity to have a harvest is going to be early summer with wheat, barley, and canola. And you can also see that our corn, you can plant corn all the way up until the last day of early summer. Okay, so if we can get wheat, barley, or canola ready to harvest and off the field in the first 4 days of summer, we're going to work to try to work the fields, get them worked up, and get some corn in the ground so that we can have some corn to harvest this year. Last year that didn't work out so good, so all we could do was put soybeans in the ground. But I'm hoping that we can get some fields turned around corn and some fields turned around for soybeans. Perfect world, perfect world, I would like to see corn in fields 2, 18, and 19, and 22. Soybeans in 10, 9, 10, and 12. Perfect world. Let's have to see how all that plays out. I'm probably going to be doing the rest of this grass work off camera, and we'll see if when we come back it will be early spring. And gosh darn it, I hope that we have something ready to harvest, because I really do want to put some corn in the ground this year. If not, we might just have to see if we can maybe buy a cornfield that already has corn in it. I don't think there's too many fields with corn in it. We may not have the funds to do that. That might be, look at, if we can't put our own corn in the ground. So guys, until next time, happy farming.